We are getting 6 free games with PlayStation Plus this month. Count them. 6 free games. Now, before the video goes any further, I'm going to break the bad news to you, which is that 3 of the free games are PlayStation VR exclusive games. I know. 2 of them are PS4 games, and 1 of them is a PS5 game. So, before anyone gets too excited, this isn't another stay-at-home, play-at-home thing. This is just PlayStation Plus, and for some reason we're just getting a bunch of bonus games. Which is good if you have a PS4, a PS5, and a PlayStation VR headset. But if you just have a PS4, then you're only getting 2 games. Although you can still add all of these to your library so you can play them maybe at some point in the future. In fact, can I just emphasize that? Because I think people don't do this. Make sure you add all of the games to your library, even if you don't have a PS5 or a PlayStation VR, because you just never know, and they're included as part of your PlayStation Plus subscription. So just do that, do it on the web store, you can do it on the PlayStation, or you can actually do it on your mobile phone as well now with the PlayStation app. Don't miss out on free stuff. Okay, let's break down all 6 of the games. Let's decide whether this is a good month for PlayStation Plus. I actually think it's not too bad, honestly. I'll give it a score, and I'll tell you if these games are worth playing or not. Let's break them all down. All right, I'm gonna start with the PlayStation VR games, and then we'll go on to the proper games. So we'll just do it that way. The first PlayStation VR game you're getting for free is called The Persistence. It's basically a first-person horror adventure. You're in a space station doing creepy, spooky stuff. It's a spooky game. It's a very spooky game. Interestingly about this game is that it's actually a Sony published game, second-party title developed by like a second-party studio for PlayStation VR, and then re-released as a standard game on the PlayStation 5, although that's not what you're getting here. You're just getting the PlayStation VR version, and Sony have made that very, very clear. Not a bad horror experience if you're into games like BioShock or Dead Space, but in VR. So The Persistence is your first game. I would say it's an okay title. It's nothing really amazing or special. However, the next title coming to PlayStation Plus is, and that's The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. I think this game is the best PlayStation VR game, period. I think it's the best game that's ever come out on PlayStation VR, and not because it's a Walking Dead licensed game, but because it kind of evolves everything that PlayStation VR is capable of. A lot of PSVR games are proof of concept, but this game here kind of takes all of those concepts about reloading the gun and movement and health systems and all of that, but it actually incorporates them into a game rather than a demo or a proof of concept, which is kind of really unique for a PlayStation VR game. Saints and Sinners stands out far on its own. Absolutely worth checking out if you have a PlayStation VR headset, and absolutely worth like adding to your library so you can play it later on, maybe when the PSVR 2 comes out for PS5, because this is hands down the best experience on the entire platform, in my personal opinion. I didn't really explain what it is. It's basically a first-person zombie shooter when it comes right down to it, but it's the mechanics and the functionality in the game that make it so unique and special. The next game is called Until You Fall. This is a new one I haven't actually checked out yet. It appears to be a sword fighting game of some sort in VR, which I think functionally actually would work pretty well. It's obviously reliant on a community of people to keep something like this going, so that's its biggest challenge, I would say. But like, it's a first-person melee combat sword fighting game. Seems like it's almost like a 3D arena fighter is the best way to describe it. Actually looks really cool and really rad. I don't know if I'll be cracking my VR headset out again to check this one out. I'm not actually sure if I will or not, but if my VR headset was easily accessible, then yeah, I would be checking this one out. So those are your 3 free VR games that you're going to be getting. Let's have a look at the other games, the 2 PS4 games that you're going to be getting. The first one is Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning, and if you haven't played this one, this is a must-play. This is a great game, developed and published by THQ Nordic, AA RPG style game that kind of has an art style like World of Warcraft, but plays very similar to, a Shadow of the Colossus, a Dragon's Dogma, something along those lines. Really focuses heavily on combat and RPG systems. A fantastic RPG that was missed by so many people when it originally came out. Third-person RPG, Western RPG game. So yeah, I described it, I think, with some JRPGs, but if you enjoy like Bethesda-style Western RPGs, absolutely must check this one out. Really, really solid one, worth your time. The other game is actually something I haven't played before called First Class Trouble. It seems to be like an online competitive game where it's basically, I think it's just Among Us. It appears to be just an Among Us clone where people are trying to trick people into, I think someone's a murderer and they're trying to get away with the murder. It's Among Us. It's just Among Us with a different skin, coming out a little bit before Among Us and for free. Probably gonna be super popular because all your kids seem to like Among Us. I don't know why you like Among Us. Can someone tell me why everyone likes Among Us so much? I still haven't played it because I only play on PlayStation. That looks interesting for sure. If there's a group of people playing, I imagine it's going to be a fun one to check out. So there's that as well. And the last game, this is the PS5 game. I know this has been a little bit of a confusing breakdown, but the PS5 game is Knockout City, which is a game that came out this year, published by EA. It's basically like a dodgeball third-person shooter game. I say first person, not first person. Got some pretty decent buzz when it came out earlier this year. It actually was free for a week, I think, before the game launched, and then it became a paid game. Cool that it's coming to PlayStation Plus. I think this is a really good addition. It's a shame it's a PS5 only game. I think this would do well on kind of everything, but really solid experience here. George actually played this game a ton when it came out, and he got the Platinum Trophy in it. He did an entirely separate video about it, talking about whether or not you should Platinum this game, and his verdict was it was worth Platinuming. It's a good game. It's worth checking out, so you can check out his video in the link in the description down below, talking about Platinuming this game and the experience around that, as well as whether or not it is worth your time. Spoiler alert, it is. I actually never played Knockout City when the guys were playing it earlier in the year, so I think I'll probably check it out now that it's coming to PlayStation Plus for free, and maybe I'll give the Platinum Trophy a crack as well. So, 6 games coming to PlayStation Plus this month. It's definitely a stronger month than we've had in the past. The last couple of months for PlayStation Plus have been very weak. Last month specifically with Hell Let Loose, which I think was a very average game, I would have to say. And I know it has an audience, and I know it has a fan base, but look, I put some time into it and I personally just couldn't get through it. I think this is a much better month. On saying that, I don't think it is reaching the heights of the Days Gone month we had, or the Control month that we had earlier in the year, or some of the stuff we had last year, to be perfectly honest. So I'm giving this one a pretty generous 7 out of 10. Now that is partly because we're getting 6 games, which is massive value, I would have to say. Saints and Sinners being, the best game on that entire platform as well, and Knockout City being a really strong title. I think KOA, Kingdoms of Amalur, I should say, is a really great RPG and absolutely a must play, but it is a AA game. It's not a AAA experience like Skyrim or something like that. So that does kind of that's where I'm clarifying that number in. But what do you guys think of this month's PlayStation Plus lineup? Honestly, it is an improvement for what we've had the past couple of months, which does shock me. Given November is such a busy month for games with Call of Duty and things like that, I don't know why PlayStation are packing it with so many multiplayer games this month. It's also Black Friday at the end of the month, which means deals and sales, so I don't know what they're doing here, but they're doing it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below of this month. Is it a good month for you? Is it a bad month for you? And we'll have a discussion about it in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button to help out the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Hello again, Patreon, you beautiful bastards. Thank you to each and every one of the folks over here on the right hand side for supporting me over on Patreon or as a YouTube channel member this month. Each and every one of you folks keeps the channel running. If you too want to be an absolute legend like these guys over here, you can support me on Patreon using the link in the description down below. Giving only $1 helps out this channel. So if you want to support even further, you can do that. You can also become a channel member down below as well by hitting the join channel button, and you get access to cool emotes and the logo next to your name showing that you're a supporter. Thank you all so very much for supporting the channel.